One of the traits of a business owner, entrepreneur, is always, coming up with new ideas to start new projects, to start new businesses. Even in this, let's say in our lead gen rank and rent business, we're always having new ideas and starting a new niche. How about should I research into this niche? Should I try to rank for that? Should I try to learn this? And the one thing that they don't teach in school, which I think they should, is that in this fast-moving world, there's so much information out there that it's literally impossible to consume all of it, to learn in a very fast pace and move on, and advance in life. And so one of the things that they don't teach in school is to learn to ask who than to learn to ask, and we always are taught to learn to ask how, right? So example, you're in this business now to rank um, websites for properties and rent them out. Obviously, you want to learn how to do that, yes. But eventually, as you grow in the business, you also want to figure out how you can outsource most of the tasks, if not all of the tasks, right? The millionaires and the billionaires out there, they actually, when they get an idea, they don't try to figure out every little thing. They just find out the best person and buy them or partner with them, right? I was listening to an interview with Tony Robbins and Peter Diamandis. Peter Diamandis is also a pretty famous entrepreneur doing so many in so many industries really. And he was talking about it hit him like a ton of bricks when he figured this out. And he was like, I should have figured this out or learned this, in a younger age and not now. And basically, he was giving an example of how he was trying to do some research on the internet to figure out something. And then somebody told him about this website called Upwork.com, which I'll show you in a minute, where he basically went and he hired an expert in that specific niche he was doing some research on, and that expert had a PhD in that field and was living in some country in Europe, I believe Poland or something. And for like less than $100, that person did the research and gave him more than what he could have done, and it saved him a lot of his time, and his time was valuable. So I guess what I'm getting at is when you're starting out to rank a site, right? When we zoom in on that, the components are okay. I need to do the niche research. Maybe, you living wherever you are, you should probably do that when you start out. But then it comes out to, um, you know, after the keyword research, putting up content, right? Creating content for the website, and then figuring out a nice theme for the website and designing it, right? And then the on-page optimization, then the off-page optimization, pretty much all the different steps we do to put up a website. Yes, you can start writing the content yourself, but really you can find somebody who's probably a PhD in English and who can do a lot better job than you or I, and can do it for like, $2, $3, $4 an hour. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to think, can you pay someone to do this so that you can free up your time to do something better, to be, to do some job that is more of a higher value. So how I think of it was, if I have a job and it pays me $25 an hour, if there is any piece of work that I can outsource for less than $25 an hour, if there's any job that is, that I can hire somebody for less than $25 an hour, I'm going to outsource it. And I'm going to show you a few places where you can go and you can pretty much hire experts for pennies on the dollar. Okay. There are quite a few websites, especially to outsource website ranking, website design, content, even on-page and off-site optimization. But I would recommend you learn that on-page optimization and off-site optimization because you want to make sure who you're hiring knows what they're doing, and you want to look at that. But when you start out to create content, I get a lot of questions saying, where do I go for content? Who do I go for content? This is what I would do. Once you do your keyword research, put all your keywords, your LSI keywords, your long tail keywords, all the secondary keywords into an Excel sheet or a notepad or something. And then there are these are the 4 different websites I usually go to, and I'll show you exactly how they work right now. So Fiverr.com is a website. The name came from $5. Pretty much, it started off as a website where you can find people who would do any gig for $5. But as it grew, it started as an online IT website, an IT work-related website, Fiverr.com, but it's now grown to so many different gigs and so many different folks who can do so many different jobs. And also, it's not just $5 now. It could be anywhere from 5 to 100 to maybe even more. But most of the jobs are $5, right? So let's say this is the guy that I go to. It's recently viewed, 100 citations for $5 or something like that. These are people who advertise what they do, and so you can go here and you can search, and you can say I want somebody to do citations or AdWords or embed, or let's say in our case content, and it gives you suggestions: content writer, website content writer. So you can just say content writer, and it'll come up, right? This example on citations, 100 citations for $30, 20 citations, $5. And if you just give him, instructions on how to do it in your way, he would do that for you. So you don't have to, if you have to go out and create 20 citations, create a Yelp page, a Yellow Pages page, and all of that, each of, the 20 citations, creating those would take probably 4, 5, 6 hours of your time. And you can just give $5 to him and he would do it for you. So that's the whole idea, right? Let's say you're looking for content. I will write website content. Um, I will write your website content, writer and rewriter, $50, $25, SEO website content, $35. And you can look at the number of reviews. He's got 306 reviews, most of the average 4.9 out of 5. 24, maybe it's too less. Pro verified, he's probably verified by Fiverr. I mean, you can go and you can look at them, you can ask them questions, and you can hire one of them, right? For $50, you can have somebody write content for you. And when you give them instructions, you can give them example websites and things like that, and they would do it for you. So this is one of the websites, that's Fiverr.com, where you can go in and say, it's graphic design, all of these logos, business cards, web design, mobile design, t-shirts, digital marketing. There are people who say, they would do on-site and off-site SEO for you. I would always take this with a little bit carefully, because you don't know who the guy is out there when it comes to SEO, because there's a lot of people selling SEO. So when it comes to SEO itself, until you learn fully, you don't want to just outsource it. You want to know what you're doing. But writing content, animation, video, $5 you can create a video, make it into a YouTube video, and rank it, right? So many different ways. So this is Fiverr.com. The other one is Upwork.com. Now this is uh, a place where you can actually put your job and people will bid on it. So let me sign in. So this is how it is, right? You can actually go and you can find freelancers, or you can yourself be a freelancer and search for jobs, if you want to do that. But in our case, we're looking to find freelancers. So this is an example. This is a job I had posted a couple of weeks ago. One of my websites was hit by malware. And so I said, restore WordPress website affected by malware. And you see 16 people have sent proposals and they would do it, right? This was a website that got some Japanese characters and some junk characters. Basically, it was hit by malware, and so I had to find somebody, and I just want to make sure that look at this. $50, he would do that. I'm an expert malware removal guy. Okay, he's from India. $50. Ukraine, $100. He's earned $30,000 just through Upwork, just as a malware expert guy, just doing that job, right? This guy does a lot of things for $100. I wouldn't go with him. Look for just an expert on that field. This guy is a WordPress, HTML, Java coder. He's earned $200,000. He's based in Sri Lanka. Okay. So you can find so many different people like that, right? There are agencies, there are individual people, and these are experts in those fields, whichever field you're looking for. So website content, you can just go and post a job, go over here and say, my jobs or all job postings, or post a job, and then you will have people bidding on that. And then that's a great way you can then interview them through Skype. You can ask to see examples of the work they've done, and then you can pick one of them, right? And that's how it goes. So this is a great website, Upwork.com. There's also a website, similar website, freelancer.com. I haven't used this a lot. I've used it a couple of times, but it's again the same thing. You put a job and people will bid on it. And you can do that. The one that I use now is onlinejobs.ph. Once this is more of a full-time, hiring a full-time virtual assistant, right? Now, Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer, all of these are more of hiring a guy to do a job quickly one time, and you can hire them multiple times. Onlinejobs.ph is PH stands for Philippines, is you can hire people who would work for you full time. So I hired my first VA through here. I did the interviews, and this was a PBN expert in PBN and web design. I've had him for more than a year now. He's a great guy. I pay him $100 for 40 hours of full-time work. So every week I pay him $100. And basically he works 40 hours a week and he does amazing work, and it's just $2.50 per hour. The same work, if I were to hire somebody in the US where I am currently, um, you can't even hire somebody for $7 or $8 minimum wage. You'd probably have to pay $20 minimum, if not $20 to $30 per hour to do the same quality of work that my website design and PBN guy does, right? And then after a couple of months, after I got him trained and pretty much I got a system in place, I hired my second VA, who's more of a project manager slash cold email outreach LinkedIn expert. So she does 40 hours full-time work. Again, the same $2.50 per hour. But she does 20 hours. She does some cold email campaigns and LinkedIn outreach to clients. And then the remaining 20 hours, she does a lot of my um, work as a project manager. Basically, when we put up a lead gen site, as soon as the web design guy designed the website, she would then go and order citations from Fiverr. She would then go and order social profiles, right? She would order the content. When the content is delivered, she would then give it to my web designer so he can design. So she does a lot of the project management work, and that actually allows me to do other things, think of next ideas and things like that. So these are some places you can go. I would say if you're just starting out, start with Fiverr or Upwork, right? These two are good enough. Fiverr is a place where you can see what people what's the expertise they have, and then hire them one time. Upwork is a place where you can go and post a job, and then people will bid on that, and you'll be surprised. So let's say you're putting up a lead gen site. You can post a job. I'll show you quickly. You want to create a new job. Let me see. Yeah, this is a new job. And you can put, what kind of job, what's the category, things like that. And then there's in the finally it'll say what's the budget, and you can just say $25 to create a lead gen site, and people will bid on that. There'll be people who will say $25. There'll be some people who would say $100, and there'll be a couple of guys who will say $20, right? You just put a job saying I need a 5-page lead gen simple website, and people will and you can give them examples and they will do it for $20, $25, right? It's simple. So in the time that you take to design your website yourself, you could just pay $25. They would do it, and then that frees up your mind and time to go on and think about the next lead gen site you want to put up, or maybe reach out to a client and make some money and things like that. So you could start with Fiverr.com, and then Upwork.com, and then eventually I would highly encourage you to come into um, online jobs.ph, where you can then hire Filipino or people in the Philippines who are experts, and I have them full time. So look at this. These are all the jobs that have been posted. And then if you come down here, you will see um, experts, right? Real estate experts, WordPress experts, the 1,000+ WordPress experts, so many writers, graphic designers, right? SEO resumes, guys who know SEO, and you can hire them full time. And you can literally run a business with just two VAs. Um, two good VAs, and if you have a system in place, you can scale to 20,000 a month. That's what I did. And if you want to scale more, you may have to hire more or optimize the systems or whatever. But that's more than a full-time income. I mean, heck, that's a lot of money, right? And so hope this helps. That's it.